Hello everyone, it is I, Pedro Morales aka the Wigman Max Mercury. Today I am continuing every UCT staple ranked from worst to best, part 7. So I haven't done this series in quite a while. I was kind of busy with the CWO awards for return week, but I'm back, and I will say I've done several takes of this video. That's what happens when you go into this kind of unprepared. But I'm just gonna get through this anyway. So number 40, X Elite. So the X Elite was a stable formed by Max Mercury, Brendan X, the Darkstorm, and then later joined by Jacob Steele. So this stable formed at OCW Over the Limit 2019 when Brendan X showed up during the beginning of Anto versus Max Mercury after the lights had turned off and then turned on, revealing Brendan X. Anto would get distracted, leading to a Meltzer Buster from myself to get the win. Later on in the show, the Darkstorm would, I think that was his debut, where he aligned with myself to beat the crap out of Anto, and from there, the X Elite was born. Some highlights of the X Elite include Max Mercury winning the OCW title from Mike House on an episode of OCW Raw, and main eventing OCW WrestleMania against Mario Sanchez, where he would sadly lose the belt. But it was a good match either way. Darkstorm would also win the Hardcore title in the group's short lifespan. But I will say this group was more known for the split up angle, as that kind of started all the way at the OCW 200 subscriber special, when Max Mercury retained the title against the monster Jacob Steele, basically made him his bitch. And Jacob Steele would then join the group at the next CPV at Victory Road, where they beat the crap out of Mike House and Mario Sanchez. Jacob Steele would then turn on Max Mercury at the beginning of the next season, leading to a feud between the two that ended at OCW Unforgiven, where Max defeated Steele in a lucha de apuestas, where I believe it was my hair versus Steele's mask in a monsters ball match, where Max won, and I got to keep his mask as a trophy. Sorry I don't have it right now. After this, the stable came crumbling down when Brendan X decided to turn heel and distracted Max Mercury at OCW Cyber Vengeance Season 2, when Max was chosen by the fans to challenge Jonathan Morgan for the OCW title. And then from there, Max would feud with Brendan X, and then feud with Jacob Steele, and then feud with Brendan X again, ending at Money in the Bank Season 3, when Max Mercury defeated Brendan X in the finals of the Money in the Bank tournament, where there was interference from the Darkstorm and Jacob Steele. These four would have a reunion during the OCW Royal Rumble 2021, when they were the first 4 entrants in the match. Even though the stable was short-lived, I think it was very provided a lot of it provided I'm so sorry. It provided a lot of benefits to my career and the Darkstorms, and it was honestly a fun time for me. But yeah, that's all I really got to say. Moving on, we have number 39, the Revolution. So the Revolution was a stable in DWF formed by Silvio, Triple X, and Rebellion, which is made up of David Mill and Ron Martinez. So this group is kind of, I want to say undernoticed, because not that many people know about this stable, since early DWF is not really known by that many people, at least those who are still in the community. But they achieved quite a lot. They started the stable all with titles, Rebellion being the tag champions, Triple X IC champion, and then Silvio's world champion. They had some good defenses, but eventually Silvio would lose the world title to Mario Sanchez at Hell in a Cell, and then after losing like a rematch or two, he would be usurped of the leadership position by the Doggy Dog, who would turn heel and win the world title from Mario Sanchez, who had defended it in a gauntlet match against all the members of the Revolution. Sorry, I'm like fixing a button on my jacket. It's fixed now. Triple X would have a good feud with Adrian Destiny over the IC title, and then Rebellion had a really good reign with the tag titles. This was like the first time they ever teamed up, and since then they've been a really good, reliable tag team in the UCT. And yeah, eventually the stable came crumbling down at DWF WrestleMania 1 when Doggy Dog turned face and basically beat the crap out of Rebellion after they tried to interfere in his TLC match against Arrow. I almost said the Arrow, not from CW. But yeah, it was a good stable. I really think people should go check this out. It should use more. It should get more views. Doggy could use the views. But moving on, we have number 38, the Beatdown Crew. So the Beatdown Crew was a stable in CXW formed by Jack Roberts, Brennan X, Johnny Extreme, and Victor X. There was no leader in this group. It was kind of more of an ensemble kind of thing. I will say, when I was first watching this stable, when they formed back in 2018, yeah, 2018, it was 2018, I didn't really like the stable because I felt like it ignored continuity when it came to the feuds of Brendan X versus Jack Roberts and then Brendan versus Johnny. Like, I get it. It's just like, where it's like, in kayfabe we hate each other, but in real life we're actually really good, strong friends. Like, I get it. But at the time, I thought it didn't make sense logically in terms of continuity. The only real major win the stable had was that Survivor Series when they did a clean sweep against their opponents, JX, Jason Moa, TKE, and Mario Sanchez, I believe. And that was kind of it. Everybody in the stable kind of did their own thing for the most part. Brendan continued his feud with JX. Jack was kind of just floating around because this was before his reign in the hardcore division. And then Victor X was champion, the only champion in the group, kind of just defending against Jason Moa and TKE. Sorry, I was thinking whether or not who was in that Survivor Series team, seeing if I got it right. So I have the page right here. I always gotta have the wiki ready. Yeah, it was JX, Jason Moa, Mario Sanchez, and TKE. Okay. But yeah, I didn't really like the stable back then. But since then, what was it? After the first version disbanded at WrestleMania 2 per stipulation between JX versus Brendan X in the Detroit death match, I think. Or was it a street fight? I don't know. There's been a second version of the stable that formed. My brain keeps scattering. That formed at SummerSlam Season 5 when JX and Roger Poison helped Jack defeat Brendan in the main event, forcing Brendan to leave the company. I have high hopes for this version, but it's the last time we saw the Beatdown Crew, or at least in the main roster in general for CXW, was like Backlash, and I'm not counting Extreme Measures or OCW CXW Battleground, because I feel like the last time we had like the concurrent storylines was at Backlash. But I don't know, I have high hopes for the stable, and looking forward to it. So moving on, we have number 37, the LWO. As you can see, I have like so many tabs on my laptop by the glare. But the LWO was one of WICW's more premier stables, having existed for the majority of the company's lifespan. It is formed of Christina Ramirez, Tina Lopez, Loita Vega, Sarita, I think? Yep. Sarita and Rosie Hernandez. I'm sorry, I have like a burp struggling to go up. If it happens, I'm just gonna cut it. But yeah, I don't really know too much when it comes to this stable, since they've existed since almost the beginning of WICW, and I didn't want to rewatch all those videos. But they've been around, collecting championships like the U.S. title or the Divas Television title or the Raw Tag Team titles. Some of the major feuds include Pristine versus Katie and Pristine versus Tina. That second one was kind of a major feud throughout the 2K18 era of the show. It was fine. I thought they fought way too many times though. But it's whatever. I think even in 2K19, Tina Lopez is back in LWO, and it's mainly just her and Pristine. But I think it's probably the best version of it, to be honest. But yeah, I decided to put this group very high because of its longevity. I think that's the way you say that word. And I have nothing but respect for it. So, I'm just gonna move on. So moving on, we have number 36, The Gang. So The Gang was a heel stable in ENA for a short period of time. It included the leader Jack Slow, Cold Soldier, and Hirosta. So I will say I'm only counting their time when they were a trio, which was like, I think it was like a little. I think it started at Battleground or Money in the Bank 2017 and lasted all the way till the Rumble of 2018. So before that, Jack Slow and Cold Soldier were just kind of a tag team for a bit, not really doing much until Jack Slow got his makeover and main event push, and became the ENA champion. But after Jack Slow beat the crap out of Hirosta and left him questioning his entire career, Hirosta would come back with a makeover as well and join the Gang. I will say this was when ENA was kind of at its peak, to be honest. Hirosta was having amazing matches like he normally is, but this time he was cool. Jack Slow was being a dominant ENA champion, and Cold Soldier was being Cold Soldier. This group managed to collect all the gold when Hirosta and Cold Soldier became the World Tag Team Champions, with Hirosta also being the US Champion, and then Jack Slow being the ENA Champion. Everything would kind of fall apart though at the OCW. I always keep saying OCW in the place of other companies' names. It's always on my mind. But it all came apart. Oh my god, I keep botching. Damn it, Arrow. It all came apart at ENA Royal Rumble 2018. After Cold Soldier and Hirosta lost the Raw Tag Team titles, Cold Soldier would kind of get forced out of the stable, I believe. It was all due to manipulation and mind games from Hirosta that would lead to the downfall of the stable. But once the stable ended, Cold Soldier became his own man, because later on in the night he would win the Rumble and go on to challenge Jack Slow for the undisputed title. Well, actually, I guess it wasn't undisputed at the time. But yeah, Cold Soldier will lose to Jack Slow, but it basically changed his career from the second the Gang ended. And for the most part, that's kind of why I'm including it this high. It really benefited all three men's careers, with Jack Slow becoming basically a permanent main eventer for the most part, till 2020 and they happened. Hirosta became cool. I guess some people like Brennan and Ron would say that he was always cool, but you know what? Agree to disagree. And then Cold Soldier became his own man, once the stable fell apart. I'd say this group was more well known for its split up angles, so that's why it's not even higher, but it is what it is. Some feuds include Jack Slow versus Rhinos, and then Hirosta versus Rex. The good version of the feud. But that's about it when it comes to that group. So moving on, we have number 35, Heaven Inc. So Heaven Inc. is a very recent stable in BCW, formed by the likes of Danny Stevenson, Bass, Andrew Holt, Kid Riot, and Cole Quinn. I think actually Kid Riot actually joined a little later and wasn't like at the offset of the group. Eventual members included Jason Ramirez and GM Angel, who was the true leader of the group, as you could tell by the relation between Angel and Heaven. But nobody kind of saw that coming, so props to Justice, because I will say at the beginning of the stable's life, it was kind of pitted between Angel and Danny Stevenson over control over the company, and it all led to an 8-man tag team match at the main event of SummerSlam Volume 2, where it turned out Angel was a bad guy the whole time, being the true leader of the group, turning on his teammates Jack Roberts and Peter Reed, allowing Heaven Inc. to basically stay as a stable, and now with the backing of Angel as their GM. Since then, they haven't really done much as a group since that main victory. Jason Ramirez won the Heritage title from Eddie Lee, but for the most part, they haven't really done too much. The reason they're this high is because of the intrigue and mystery that Justice built for this stable, and how, to be honest, I feel like they're going to do even better things in the future. I feel like A lot of good things are coming when it comes to the stable, and I'm betting on that when it comes to their placement on this list. But that's about it. Not much to say. Not that much. They haven't been around for that long yet. But moving on, we have number 34, and another group involving Heaven and Angel. Heaven's Sexiest Angels. So this group formed back in 2016 in XWP when Angel needed some tag team partners to take on the X-Bullet Club. And who came in but Mr. Macho and Stunning Brad. So I will say this stable, it didn't last that long, Well, let me just get into it. So basically, after Macho and Brad debuted to help Angel defeat the X-Bullet Club in a 6-man tag, Brad and Macho would capture the tag team titles, making the group hold all the gold, so to speak. All of them would have successful defenses against their challengers, eventually feuding with the likes of Chris Danger when it came to Angel, and then Jake Naver and Connor when it came to Macho and Brad. So it all culminated in a winner-takes-all at WrestleMania 1, where Chris Danger, Naver, and Connor beat HSA in a 5-star match. Really good match at the time. I haven't really watched it since, but at the time, I'd say it was 5 stars. After this, we kind of started the little split-up angle where Brad would kind of turn heel on Angel, kind of forcing the end of the group because I only count their time when they were a trio. But I will say the split-up angle was actually really good, and it eventually all led to the main event of XWP WrestleMania 2, where Angel, Macho, and Stunning Brad fought for the XWP Championship, where Brad was the champion, Angel had won the Rumble for an opportunity at WrestleMania, and then Macho beat Angel at Danger Zone to be added to the match. During this match, Macho kind of turned heel by taking advantage of Angel putting down Brad, and then eventually just winning the match and taking the title from Angel. Turning heel and becoming one of the most beloved cause at the time, at the very least. 2018 was a very big year for Mr. Macho when it came to his XWP title reign, and basically made him a star. And that's kind of one of the reasons why this group is very high, because when it comes to the post-stable life, damn, these three have had a really good careers, especially Angel, and they've all had really great matches since then. If they ever formed fully, I think they could be even much higher, because they're at a much top caliber than they were when they first formed the group. But yeah, I think the reason they're not that high is because they were kind of low on the totem pole of stables, because Angel was in the Cruiserweight division, and then Macho Brad was in the tag division, Plus, you had X-Bullet Club, which was kind of the main heel stable at the time. So, they weren't really given as much importance, but still enough, to be relevant. But yeah, I guess that's about it. I really like that stable. But yeah, I'm done. Yay, because I filmed this video so many times, like I said at the beginning, I think. But yeah, thank you for watching, everyone. Leave your feedback in the comment section below. I will read. If you guys disagree with these specs, I would love to have a discussion with you guys, or who knows, maybe if you guys leave any very bad takes, I might just argue with you. But yeah, I'll see you guys for part 8 whenever I do it. But I will say the next big project that I'm doing is every UCT Royal Rumble winner ranked from worst to best, all in one video. So it won't be like a series, and hopefully we'll get more views for being just one video. So I'll see you guys next time. Bye.